I have got the Ford 4-liter single overhead cam engine out here today. Ford started utilizing these in '97. They used them to some degree all the way up until 2010. And you can find them in your light duty truck applications like Rangers, Explorers, Sport Tracks, Mountaineers, and even some of the Mustangs. And there are a couple different variations throughout those few years, but they are largely interchangeable and they're all really similar. Everyone knows and loves the overhead valve Ranger 4-liter from the '90s, and this is sort of the modernized version of that. They took that push rod engine design and they added on these overhead cam style cylinder heads, and they added more power and more torque. However, since they did not re-engineer the entire engine, this of course came with its problems. If you have ever worked on one or have owned one of these or have had to pay to fix one of these, you know that the biggest downfall of this engine is all of the timing chains, and more accurately, some of the timing chain placement. Now, this specific unit has the oil pan installed as well as the timing cover installed, which you can of course request. We try to send it out this way when these parts are available. But because of that, I can't show you every single chain in the entire unit. I will, however, pop up a picture to show you. The balance shaft is located in this area right here, and there is one chain that's going to go from your balance shaft to your crankshaft. Then you've got another chain that is going to go from your jack shaft to your crankshaft. And then you've got a third chain that goes from your driver side camshaft to your jack shaft. And then we have everybody's favorite all the way back here on the passenger side, going from the passenger side cam to the jack shaft. Okay, that passenger side cam timing chain being in the back is an atrocious location. If you are a mechanic or if you are someone who's having to pay to have a timing job done on one of these and you realize that you have to pull the whole engine or the whole transmission in order to access that timing chain, we all know that that can be costly and it is labor intensive. Because of that, we tend to sell a lot of the engines because sometimes the engine replacement is right up there with a timing job. Now, just to hit on interchangeability for a second, these were built by Ford either with the balance shaft or without the balance shaft, except for the Rangers. Generally speaking, if you have a 2-wheel drive unit, you don't have a balance shaft. If you have a 4-wheel drive unit, you do have a balance shaft. These are pretty much the same engines, except with a balance shaft. Now, that does create some differences in the oil pan, but because we send this out with the oil pan and the timing cover installed, a lot of times we are able to send a balance shaft engine out, even if your vehicle didn't originally utilize the balance shaft, and it is the exact same install. You don't have to make any modifications to your vehicle, and it doesn't change anything. The balance shaft was essentially created to reduce noise and reduce vibration. So luckily, we've been able to build the balance shaft version and utilize that for a lot of the 4-liter customers. We have got these units in stock, ready to roll. If you've got questions, give us a call or check out our website.